Okay, we should be live. And we are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another RSG lunch stream. I am your host with the most, Ranger J 1999. Glad to have you guys aboard for another fun-filled day of talking shop of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We got a lot planned for you guys today. Well, I do anyway. We're going to do the lunch stream, and then right after this, we're going to do our GAC as I make my way to Kyber League. It's time for me to take that next step of being a man and get into the Kyber League is what we do. But whip out your pickles. Let me know you're live out there in chat. Say hello. We like to shout out everybody. So if you'd like me to shout you out and say hi back, all you have to do is say something in chat. It's real simple. If you have questions, we do answer questions here as many as we can. All you need to do is put question into the chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, and we will get that scooped up. Joining me, I've got my friend and one of the RSG crew. We got Grim the Mechanic with us today. What's going on, Grim?
Good afternoon.
Wait, someone else has popped in. Who snuck in here? Wait a minute.
Hi.
Oh, God, Grim, he snuck in.
Who are you and what'd you do with Finn?
Yeah.
Finn has been replaced by a baby version of Finn.
That's right. We have
Goo Goo Gaga.
We have baby face Finn Grim. He is no longer Paul Bunyan Finn. He is the baby face of Babylon. Finn.
And henceforth you shall be known as Jailbait Finn.
That's right. Jailbait Finn is here with us. So, but a couple other stuff. Housekeeping. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. We did some videos yesterday. We, of course, did the lunch stream. And then me and Finn, for your enjoyment, laughing our ass off, got raffle stomped in Lightside TV. And we'll talk about that here in a second. But make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, check out our other content. If you would like to donate, you can through bits, through Twitch, or you can also donate through Super Chats. You get all kinds of fun stuff. And if you donate about $20 or 1 cent or more, you got the wheel of commercials where you can spin, or you can have us pick one and we'll play it for you. We got lots of commercials that you can do. So that's kind of how all that stuff works. Finn, it was enjoyable yesterday getting raffle stomped like we were yesterday at Lightside GOTV.
So I had fun.
I had fun too.
Right? And here's the funny part, though. So I was reading some of the comments, and I love our community. Everyone just has their own thing. I think it's amusing how people are trying to excuse the fact that CG doesn't understand the difference between combat missions and special missions. We had some comments saying that special missions are combat missions that give extra territory points. They have never defined it like that. You can go in game, and those are still called combat missions. Like, literally, it is there. It is called a combat mission. And special missions give currency or shards. It has always been that way. The fact that CG doesn't understand their own definitions and people are defending it, it kind of made me chuckle at some of the comments. CG doesn't know their game well enough to make those kind of posts. And then people
have to laugh.
This is why from now on, we call those bonus TP specialized missions that they call special missions, they're SPA-combat missions. They're SPA-combat missions. So they're special combat missions, but rather than having all of that, because we need one word, they're SPA-combat missions. So we have combat missions, we have SPA-combat missions, and then we have special missions.
And then we have
the way we have deemed
other missions. So just on that out there.
Yeah, and there's never been anything called a squadron mission.
I've been reading the forums, man. It is a full-on 9/11 dumpster fire, Finn.
Well, I mean, we all knew that this was going to happen.
Reddit's even funny. The funniest thing I read was someone said, "Yeah, my guild at 290 million GP couldn't defeat any faces so far."
Yeah,
and a person wrote, "Hey, this is a guild from 2025 with 777 million GP. We still haven't completed phase 1 of them."
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind the difficulty, but I feel like they released it too early.
Lord. I think they released it way too early. And forums, man.
I agree with Finn on this one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and the other problem too, and we'll see here what happens in phase 2, because I'm going to do the missions
it's on like Donkey Kong, Finn. We've got to do phase 2.
Well, there's a theory that they made the difficulty backwards.
I don't know.
So we don't know for sure. There is a theory that they did the difficulty backwards. So phase 1 is the hardest because it's on the right side, and phase 4 is the easiest because it's on the left side.
Well, that's true, but
that is the theory. We don't know, right? We're looking at the GP required, and the GP does go up from right to left.
Sure.
Right? And they've made this mistake. I believe they did something similar like this. Rooster is mentioning. I believe they made something like a mistake like this before too. So we will see when we go and attempt.
Well, when we can't even get into
two,
the missions to test it out,
it'll be pretty
the GP
interesting.
Requirements that'll kind of hinder us a little bit, but there are some that don't require GP, so we'll be able to test that theory out. So,
well, I mean, we all knew this was gonna happen.
I had a lot of fun, Ouchie. Ouchie saying that she thought it was hilarious and never really laughed at SWGOH. I mean, that's what it is. It was fun.
Laugh.
How ridiculous it was. It was just fun watching. Everyone just died.
My relic clones went in there and.
Yeah.
Relic clones went in there and got waffle stomped. Like, if it hadn't been for Echo being the clutch player he was, I would not have completed that phase 1. But they were all dead by then, so I just had Echo at the end in phase 2, and he got destroyed. And I'm sitting there going, man, these are Relic characters. Good job. I'm getting crushed by this ridiculousness. But I digress. Let's say hi to everybody in chat. Let's see who we got here. We got Who question mark times 3 says, used my Grievous droid team on a Night Sister team in my GAC, and my Relic 5 Grievous one-shot the entire Night Sister team. That was some funny shit. Hell yeah, who's this question mark times 3? Dr. Feelgood, he's the one that makes you feel alright, says, no matter how much light side GOTB gets you down, remember, there's a great charity stream this weekend. I wonder where. Finn, do you know anything about that? I don't. December 7th, 8th? Anything pops in your mind?
Nope.
Nope? Okay. Foolish Forces, I'm here and I'm ready. Like for Lightside GOTV. Matt Bailey, our friend, with his wonderful greeting he gives us every day. He says, gracious good morning, gentlemen. Glad to have you here, Matt. Darth Vader 87 says, good morning to you, my friend. Suicide Squad says, morning. Jason Hommel with the hola, everyone. Oh, he's got the pickle hype going. Oh, here we go. Hogzilla says, hello, everyone. Foreigner says, hello there. Philippe Menacucci, hey, says, good afternoon, beautiful people. Revenator with the wave. Mike A. Mike says, good morning. Yuta, or the artist formerly known as Uta, as Gandhi would say, says, happy Tuesday, everyone. Hope the awesomeness is still with you. Well, thank you for that, Yuta. Proper Catch says, jolly good show. Happy lunch and whip out all those pickles. Hell yeah, we'll whip out those pickles anytime we want. DPK, holy shit, DPK series says, Deadpool Kyle says, hello, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. I hope you skewers are having a good day. At Ranger J 1999, make sure you throw my challenge out there for Tiltify. Remind me, Deadpool Kyle, because between interviews and everything like that, my brain's fried at the moment. So just message, actually, you know what? Message Finn for the challenge, and we'll get you squared away. Because I'm completely blank. Oh, I hear the ping ping. Ping ping ping. Dr. Gonzo's donating those bits into the cup. Thank you, Dr. Gonzo. Let's get to a few people. Waffle Dolphin says, good morning, skewers. Stalbot says, woo, woo, lunchtime. Darth Sign 1972, our friend, says, good afternoon. Fetachico says, what's up? What's up with you, buddy? Buzzsaw VG says, happy Monday, all. Happy Monday to you, my friend, even though it's Tuesday. Moz is here. Hi, Moz. Hey, Moz. She says, yay, babyface Finn. I guess Moz is liking the babyface version of you, Finnadoodle. So I guess that's going over well.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yay! Buzzsaw is laughing out. Feels like a Monday again. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Buzzsaw. Dan the Man says, hey, hey. Rooster says, what's up, skewers? Hey, Rooster. Frederick Nielsen, our friend, says, good day, happy Lightside GOTB. Well, I don't know about happiness there. Shadowville, my H-Town brother from another mother, says, happy Tuesday, peeps. Glad to have you here, Shadowville, as always. Let's see, anybody? Gino's here. It flipped. Let me go back and look, because, yeah, dang it. It did that thing where it flipped for Finn. Gino says, hello there, everyone. Hey, Gino. Let's see who else we got there. Tila Mad 92's in the house. Says, hey, with the wave. Glad to have you here. Prometheus says, howdy, house skewers. Sure is great to be back. Glad to have you here, Prometheus. Always welcome. Ray Rock says, morning, picklers. Hey, Ray Rock. Hogzilla says, if Finn is correct, it's hilarious. If Finn is wrong, we were all doomed.
We're not doomed.
We're doomed.
We
are not doomed.
Philippe Metacucci says, it's just surreal. It really is. It's just surreal. Silverbolt says, this is the most relaxing TV I've ever experienced. Yeah, you just go in, deploy, you get that. You can get the fudge out. Yeah, that's what Silverbolt wrote. I just did that as reaction. He says, enter, deploy, done. It's awesome.
You know the problem, right? Well, we can talk about it. That may be the worst thing that's happening to this game, though. So, as players, right, we need to play and enjoy playing in order to stay connected with the game, right? Even if it's frustration. Whatever it is, the goal is to keep the players in the game and playing and trying stuff and whatever it is. They have literally made a game mode that, because it's so difficult, and you're getting to Matt Bailey, I'm sure, because he asked a question. We can talk about.
Well, I'm not. I'm saving questions. Like I always skip over the questions. So
no, you can ask Matt Bailey's question. I think it works because we're talking about it right now. Because
well, read it because I don't have. I got the thing.
Okay, I'll ask Matt Bailey's question. So Matt Bailey says, question: new content is always too hard when we fuss and fuss and fuss, and they dial it back. Then we master it. It becomes on farm. We get bored, and the fuss. There's nothing to work on. Can we just have something that's a little too hard for a while? And I don't think that mentality is wrong. Here's the thing, though. Nobody has finished Darkside GOTB, right? Nobody has 33 stars. There is already the game mode in play where everyone is struggling and trying to get the max stars. Like, we don't have a 33-star guild yet. The other problem, too, someone posted in our Discord, and we talked about it yesterday. The amount of GP right now that you need in order to get a perfect,
astronomical,
right, versus what you needed before, the difference is ridiculous. You go from a player, assuming perfects, right? Assuming that somebody has, if somebody has 4.3 million average GP in a guild, they can potentially get maximum stars in Darkside GOTB. They need the exact right characters and modded and all of that, right? So that's fine. The problem with Lightside GOTB is that it requires you to have 11, almost 12 million GP per player in order to get a perfect star. Now, with where we are, right, that is a huge increase. So I think that's where a lot of the concern, for me anyways, right? Like, I didn't really have an issue. I still don't have an issue with the difficulty.
No, it's ridiculous, but yeah.
Of Lightside GOTB. I think it's really hard. I think it's maybe a little bit too early because I think these are tuned for Relic 7 and maybe a higher level increase, which may be coming down the line, which is fine. I don't really have an issue with the difficulty aspect. My problem is these numbers for the territory points that you need in order to get the stars don't really work out. And here's another part of this, right? So we did the calculation yesterday, and we found that right now, teams like Ma and TI have about 185 million character GP, right? And you need about 285 million in order to get perfect.
With perfect.
In the character zone. With perfect, right? You need 285. Here's the interesting part. The ships is what actually caused the most increase in power. Because we didn't even bother looking at ships all that much, right? We didn't compare the ship stars or anything. We were looking at the characters. The ship stars goes from you needing in Darkside GOTB 1.4 million GP of ship GP to needing 6.2 million of ships. So just think about that for a second. We go from 1.4 million to 6.2, 6.3 million. That is where the problem comes. It's not that the difficulty is so bad. I rarely complain about the difficulty. And we've said it before. I would rather than make something really difficult and scale it back rather than making something too easy and then making it more difficult on the players, because that never comes out well. It never looks good if you try to make something harder because players beat it too easily. It is much better to make it harder and then have them tone it back, just like they did with AAT. But the scaling, not of the missions, but of the GP is what the problem here is. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like they really looked at the numbers in order to figure it out. And somebody mentioned it before, like TB officers know TB better than CG. And that's true, because the first thing I did, because I knew I was going to help my guild plan out what we were going to do for this, And as soon as SigSig did the data mine and we got the numbers, I was like, okay, let us see what we need. And I looked at the numbers and I was like, what the hell? Like, we're going to hold back in multiple territories to try and get an extra star. And we can get 45 stars in Lightside GOTB, but if we do this correctly, we can get close to 10 stars in GOTB, so it's better than Hoth and the payout and all of that. It's just weird that that it doesn't seem like they scaled it correctly. And I'm not talking about the difficulty, talking about the numbers and how far away every star feels, and not giving players even the opportunity. Let's say we all, and let me ask you, Ranger, because your roster is a little more like focused at the top. Mine is spread out a little bit more in the Gear 12, sure. Gear 11s. You focus yours a little bit more on the 12 and 13. If they made it so that these missions were ridiculously hard, but you could get through the first wave pretty much every time, but you would lose on the second wave, wouldn't that make you feel a little bit different? Because it feels like, okay, at least I was able to get through the first wave. Well, what do I have to do in the second wave? And you could actually play it rather than losing on the opening sweep of attack.
For me, it's like, it's not, the difficulty should be there, right? I don't think I've ever had a problem with difficulty. I mean, my God, I did 15 hours of GAS over and over again. It's just the fact that when you work on these characters and you get them relicked and you go into a fight thinking, well, it's phase 1, right? You're not expecting phase 4 on steroids. It's mind numbing, because you go in there and it's just ludicrous. You go in there, and I'm talking relic characters. You go in there, Zeta teams, and you go into these missions. Like, my clones. Now I don't have gas, but I went in there with a Zeta led Shock T clones. Right, I threw Cody in there. He died immediately, and he's Gear 11, and I was like, okay, but I've got my other 3 clones. And it's incredible, like, how fast you die. I mean, and I've been seeing screenshots of people, like, doing the Padme mission. That's why we didn't do the Padme mission, because it's unwinnable, right? People were getting one-shotted. And I'm not talking about, like, they try to, like, slide in there with, like, a weak Padme. I mean, this isn't like they give the minimum 16-5. These are, like, Relic 7 characters in my guild. Went into that mission and got raffle stomped. And it's not fun. I mean, you made a great point, Finn. We play this to play the game, right? And you do want some difficulty. Like, you have to figure out the strategy and kill order and things of that nature, right? That's what makes the game, interactive, right? When it's difficult, but if you do certain things right, you can beat it. That's more where you need to be at. This is, you go in there, it's like, B1, okay, my Padme died. And there's a Relic 7 Padme, you're like, what happened? You're shocked. Like, what the hell is this? And this is phase 1. And I'm sitting there, and I hope your theory is right, Finn, that it gets easier, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
I don't think it's going to happen either. Yeah. And I kind of don't want it to, because I don't.
It's going to be...
Here's the main reason why. I would like to think that at least it's something right, that if this difficulty is working as intended, right? I hope they at least did the difficulty part right. It gets more difficult. I know people don't want to hear that because it's so difficult, right? But I hope that it can go up, and then what it'll happen is, like we said, there's probably going to be a level cap increase. There's probably going to be maybe increase in mods. Maybe increase in mod. I think level cap is the most likely, and possibly even a 10 level jump and not even a 5. So we might go from 85 to
95. Yeah, a lot of these mobs are 95.
Or potentially they push us all the way to 100 and just get it over with. Like, here's 15 levels, and you're going to get new ability levels, and all of that adds to the GP, right, of a character. But the problem that they're having, right, is when you have, and so let me say, I did have one person in our guild, and maybe we'll see once we get the payout if there was more. I saw at least one person in the guild finish that special mission.
I've seen some screenshots, but I mean,
so it's not impossible.
There are unicorns out there, right?
There are, but here's one of the problems, right? The feeling of hopelessness in a game is the worst thing that a player can have.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't feel like you're progressing, if you're not feel like you, even if
you don't even know what to progress, right? Yeah. It's not that you can't progress; it's what do I progress with. So we do some of these missions sometimes, and it's difficult. And even in Darkside GOTB, I'm getting that right now as I'm doing like the Accolade mission and the Watt mission. It's like, okay, what do I need to do next? And sometimes it's like, okay, I need to improve the gear, and I need to make sure I focus on protection, or I need to focus on speed or damage or whatever it is. And you have like a little bit of a roadmap saying, okay, this is what I need to improve on. When people in TI and MA are getting 0 out of 4 with Relic 7 characters,
God mods,
and gear and 6E mods, at what point is like, okay, well, there's nothing we can do. And for someone like me who's looking for that, right? Only thing I can do is, okay, I'm just going to ignore Lightside GOTB. It'll happen as it happens, and I'll just continue to work on my roster. And that now pushes towards a little bit more apathy in this game, and I don't want to see that with Galaxy of Heroes.
No, I mean, even if
we talk about this because we want this game to go on, and these kind of decisions make it so that the community becomes apathetic and gives them a reason to stop. And we don't want players to stop. We want them to be more engaged and actually enjoy the content.
Yeah. But I mean,
so I don't think I'm not worried about the difficulty. I think the difficulty was released too early. It's just
too
sad
high.
that
it's not tuned with where
it's high now, but it wouldn't have been high maybe 6 months from now.
Yeah, but
or 4 months from now when they actually release the level increase.
Well, if they do, see, that's the thing. Like,
oh, they have to. The GP by itself means that they have to.
You and I know that, Finn, but does CG know that? See, that's the thing.
Either CG, okay, so CG, so to that point, either one, CG knows that this is tuned for an upgrade that's coming to all of our characters in maybe about 3 to 4 months, right? And they'll let us kind of struggle in between because we have
4 months. That's a long.
Well, because if you look at where we are, December is going to get distracted by The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of January will be too. February often becomes Sith month, so we might get distracted by some new Sith stuff. And then you come March, which is where I'm thinking some of this stuff is going to come. Just based on how they can distract players until we get to that point, right?
Yeah.
So just if it comes earlier, then that is what it is. But here's the other part of it too, is if they don't increase it, right? Then to your point, CG didn't do the calculation on the GP, which is not what I want to think. These people, as much as we criticize them for the game, they are working and this is their livelihood.
I know,
right?
but it's hard. It's hard.
We would hope.
It's hard to give them any kind of leeway here when they burned us.
Well, no. So there's a difference between not trying and incompetence, right? Not being good at what you're doing doesn't necessarily mean that they're not trying.
No,
I want to think that they're. No, I know. So I want to think that at least they are trying. And if they're trying, they know that these star levels are not there, right? If you did not calculate out what it takes to get maximum stars and realize that the GP that you need is 3 times what like the max players have right now, then at that point, you're not trying, right? That's not incompetence. That's not trying. It doesn't take very long in order to figure these out. So I'm hoping that's not the case. And there has to be an upgrade down the line. Or they're just going to let players suffer for a little while and just giving them this as free loot.
Bad business move. I don't understand that business move.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, like
FIFA 2K20.
So if their model now is throwing out content that is unwinnable even by whales, I'm not asking to beat it. But when whales are getting 0 out of 4 on combat missions, that's kind of tough.
What's their incentive to spend?
Exactly. They can't really spend anymore. So they're actually making it difficult on everyone down the line because anyone that's not a whale kraken that is getting Relic 7s on everything.
Why rush?
Right? Why rush? There's no reason to even get to that point. And the people that are Relic 7 are looking at it and like, okay, well, we're not getting as many. I mean, what are we going to get? We're going to get maybe 1 extra wave, maybe. If we invest like another $300 on these 2 characters, well, maybe it's worth it. Okay, I'll do it. But they're not really getting a huge boost out of their investment, even at the highest levels of like MA and TI.
Yeah, they're not going to look at this and want to get the gear packs and stuff. They're not. I mean, it's like there's no incentive here, and to put people in that position, the thing that I was saying is 3 to 4 months. That's piss poor planning. You can't have a player.
That's
base.
Again my estimate. They have said nothing of the kind. That is just my estimate.
Well, I'm saying based off
we don't want to
estimate.
quote that necessarily.
No, we're not
as
quoting that, but I'm saying if that is the case, right? Then that's just poor business planning and decisions. I mean, you can't have a player base in Lingo getting raffle stomped for that amount of time. I mean, you talked about the apathy. That's going to lead to anger, and then that's going to lead to people quitting. Like, why do I even bother, right? I mean, 3 or 4 months, I mean, you don't have any currency with the player base, you know? So, looking at Lightside GOTB, I think they should have toned it down a little bit, right? I think the GP requirement's way too high.
I just think they had no reason to release it.
I agree with that too.
I have to agree with Finn on this one, because I think we have to look in towards the future as to why they are doing this. It's entirely possible that in maybe 3 or 4 weeks time, we might see a level increase.
Hey, if that's
or
the case,
a mod increase,
that's
you know,
fine.
and
yeah, but I mean,
I do agree. This is too soon, man. I mean, we're looking at full Relic 7 teams getting raffle stomped in Phase 1.
That's crazy.
You know?
I mean, that just
So-
that just melts your brain thinking about Phase 2, 3, and 4. Like if you can't even get one battle done in Phase 1, you have no shot if the difficulty scales up in 2, 3, and 4. And so like you have like a week of people not even really participating and really getting engaged, right? When you have a new content come out, it should be engaging. Yeah, it's difficult. Let's say like I'd gotten like 3 out of 4 waves, right? I would have been okay with that because like, okay, it's more difficult. I have to work on my relics, that kind of thing. That would have left me in a place where, okay, I just need to farm some gear and be more engaged. I went in there, I had no shot, and my characters were relic. I'm like, God damn! We were laughing at how the pawnage that we were getting thrown on our faces. So it is one of those things where you kind of scratch your head and go, "What are you doing, CG?" But I'll see what their plan is. But if your plan is to release content, it has to be content that engages the players in some form or capacity. This is not engaging the players. This is not giving them something to shoot for. This is just basically, I don't know what you call this, because
I mean, right now, the most engaging thing in the community is people trying to figure out whether or not CG got the difficulty backwards.
That's it.
Right? That's what people are actually wondering. Because of the difficulty, the most engaging thing about this game right now is people trying to figure out whether or not CG did this backwards.
Yeah, I mean, I've been reading, I was just, because that's where I got that quote from, Reddit in the forums, and it is full on burn. I mean, people, and I mean, the whales are coming out of the woodworks to like, bitch, I spent tens of thousands of dollars on this game, and I can't even complete Phase 4 with Relic 7 characters, and they're taking screenshots. It's not like they're just making this up. They take screenshots, they list their mods, they're like, I got killed first wave. What in the hell is this? Like, why should I, first of all, you kind of poo-pooed on my investment, and second of all, why should I buy another damn thing for you guys? Because that's the thing that's and the perception is reality. The public perception on this is really, really, really bad. And CG, I mean, if you want to plan for the future, that's cool. And if you want to release content that you can plan for the future, that's cool. But it still has to be somewhat in the middle where it's engaging, where even if the top guilds, like you mentioned Darkside GOTB, no one has 33 stars yet. Even if Lightside, they were getting 27 or 28. Like, it's 6 less than where they're currently at. Or, like, say, 25. That's still more engaging than what this is right now. This is, like, no hope. You have no chance in hell. People are looking at Phase 2. I know in Mall and other places, like, we got no shot. We have no shot whatsoever on doing this stuff, and they are totally revamping. Because when we first went into this, we're thinking, for MC3, we're 254 million GP. We're thinking we could shoot for 21 stars. Man, I don't even know if we're going to get 10. That's how difficult this is. And I'm talking a 254 million GP guild that has relics out the ass. And we're like, deploy, maybe we can get 10, 12 stars. That's insane. That's totally insane, where we're not even engaging in the content. We're just thinking about, like, what stars can we get for loot? I mean, that's not fun. That's not letting people use their rosters. That's not have them theory crafting. That's not doing anything. That's just throwing our hands up and going, stars. That's not fun. It's a little mind-boggling. All right, let me finish my shout outs, and then we'll get to I'll suffer through mod depression for you guys to make your day a little bit better and stuff, and we'll do the roster review. We got that to do and stuff, so let's get it going. Danilo Papai says, hey skewers, hey DP. Rooster's here. He says, whip him out, skewers. He whipped out his pickles. Dr. Gonzo, who's been donating the bits, says, howdy, my GAC brother. McTwee says, new TB is banishing my guild back to Poth. It's cold there. I'm not happy. Ballrit Papachulo says, I'm here. Ha ha ha. Glad to have you here. Oh, God, it just updated. Oh, Lord, I lost it. I lost it, Finn. I lost where I was. God damn it. Oh, no. Mock was here. I'm going to try to catch up, guys. Baby Herman says, great show. Thank you, Baby Herman. Scorp3 says, hey, Ranger, my life sucks. Time to buy a helmet. Well, the helmets always helps. Colin's Gate says, is Finn eating top ramen? Finn, are you eating top ramen?
No.
Oh, well, I just was at.
Why am I eating top ramen?
I don't know. You mentioned before that you like ramen.
I do, but not today. I'm having a popcorn chicken.
Okay, well, there you go. BB.
Oh, speaking of which,
what? No, I'm doing the shout-outs, Finn. Hold that thought.
No, but it's related. To that. I got the new cinnamon Coke. Mm-hmm. I've never tried it before.
Oh.
So I'm gonna do an official test of the taste here. So I'll report it after the shout-outs. Okay. I'll report the taste of the cinnamon Coke.
Report that. Okay, good. BB8 My Nut says, hello there. What the F is this light TV all about? Feel like I've been bent over and abused by super hot lightsabers.
Welcome to EA Games.
LISTP. It's for you and it's for me. Dunno Papaya says Finn is eating bottom ramen. Just clarification there. So there you go. Proper Catch is here. Foreigner, I think we mentioned. Brian Bode's here. He says with art, mentioning some stuff. Let's see. Anybody else? I think that gets us caught up. If I missed your name, that's all right. We kind of got a little sidetracked with there. But Woodall, hey, Woodall, he's here. I see that. Let me see. Air Beats is here. Forbidden Shadow Alliance. Dagova is here. Anybody else? Okay, there we go. All right. Well, I know Lightside GOTB has got us all down, but let's all take a moment and watch Ranger suffer through mod depression. That's right, folks. This is where Ranger, like a dumbass, keeps slicing mods. And it goes very badly. And so I'm in the trenches with you guys working on my mods every day. We filter those speed mods and we go by speed and we try to slice and see what happens. And it usually goes pretty piss poor. So let's get in there and get those mods sliced and let's see where we're at. So I was working on all these greens down here. They're 4s. So I'm going to slice these and see what we can get. See if we can get any big hits. So I need some more materials. Let me do some of this. We'll use half of this. Let's go 8. There we go. Let's see if we can get 15, 9. Okay, perfect. There we go. And then, there we go. Let's slice. And we got offense. Fantastic. We got offense. Can I slice anything else? I seriously doubt it. Let me look. Let me look real quick, folks. Let me see here. Let's do another one. Skewers are hurting out there.
Could be worse. You could have gotten defense.
Well, you're not wrong. You know what? I don't use this for anything else. Let's use that. And then we'll use the other energy to get these. So let's do that. That'll get off. No, I didn't think I would. So I'll use 50 crystals. Why not? And let's go all in on it. There we go. Now we have enough for another mod. There we go. For the skewers. Let's slice this one. Oh, God. It's got defense. It's already hit crit chance. This is not a good sign there, Graham. And I mean, let's slice, see what happens. Nope.
All signs are pointing
to... it didn't hit defense or the crit chance. It hit health. So that... Amazing. That's going to get sold. It's a blue mod.
I'm more impressed that it didn't roll defense.
That's actually, that's not... And look what's happened, the spinning wheel of death. Absolutely every time I do this, we get the spinning wheel of death. No other part of this, so I get to load the game.
See, even the game was like, "Oh, what?
What the hell, man? Oh my God, what is this garbage?" All right, well, enough of that nonsense. So let's go to our. You know what? We're gonna do our roster review today. Finn, Graham, are you guys ready for this?
I will be shortly.
What do you mean?
I'm eating my popcorn chicken.
Oh well. Okay, we'll just start looking at mods, buddy.
Okay.
It's time for our roster review today. Today we're doing Foolish Forces profile, and they are in the Republic. So shout out to the Republic. And let's see what old Foolish Force. Let me transition here. There we go. We got that up. All right, let's see what old Foolish Force is asking for today. It says, I would like you guys to have a look at my roster so far and help me plan on what next moves should be made. I'm doing my 6th round for it at the moment, and after I finish, I will finish my Jedi Knight Revan as it's close. After that, I'm very unsure what to do. I was looking at bounty hunters for GAC and stuff for the achievement. Or start working on legendary unlocks to start other teams like Padme. If you spot anything else with my roster, let me know. Big thanks. Well, of course, Foolish Force. Let's look at what we got here. All right, so doing very well in Arena. He's got the Darth Revan team. He's getting 1. He's getting 2 in Fleet. Cannot ask for anything else. 1.7 million GP. Fantastic job. That's what I like seeing.
Wow, his Revan's at 311.
Yeah, at 1.7. Not too shabby. What's his Basti at?
Let's see what his Bastila at 301.
Yeah, pretty darn good. That's
Not
pretty
bad.
darn good. That's pretty darn good right there. He's just rank 1 right there. Let me tell you something. That's a pretty damn good mod right there. But yeah, if we're going to talk about where we go next, it ain't going to be bounty hunters, my friend. You mentioned Jedi Knight Revan. I want to look at your Jedi Knight Revan. Let's look at your Jedi Knight Revan team, your Padme team, and your Separatists. Because really, we got to think about gas moving forward. But I do want to look at your Jedi Knight Revan, because you mentioned you're working on him. Okay, so you're getting the team there. I mean, you eventually do want that Bastila Sean Zeta. Let me tell you something, folks. That is the Grievous killer right there. How many GACs has that Zeta come through in the clutch, man? It's pretty good. But just some gearing, really. You've got the Zetas, so it's not too bad. We could start working on gear on those characters. We would need Hermit Yoda. You got General Kenobi, so that makes me want to go look at your Galactic Republic. So if we're talking for Padme, what do we need? So we have Padme 7 stars, so this is just the gear. So I would say finish gearing your Jedi Knight Revan team first. Then we can start working on the Padme team. And some of the characters you really want to focus in on is Jedi Knight Anakin, just because of his damage. Ahsoka Tano, because you're going to need her. She's damaged, and you're going to need her for the gas event. I'm thinking gas event now. General Kenobi, obvious. Padme Amidala, and then 3PO. Oh, we don't have 3PO. You do need to continue working on Shaak Ti. Forget about the clones and everything else. Just work on Shaak Ti, farming her every day. You know that's a long, stupid farm. Throw ETA in there as well. And probably when we look at your Separatists, I bet you B1's going to need to be farmed. So you need to be farming those every day. You have more than enough R2? Crystal income coming in. Yeah, R2 is something yet though. I'm not as worried about as maybe getting this Padme team going. But forget about the clones for now. Let's get Padme. So we'll gear Jedi Knight Revan. We'll get that team rocking and rolling for you, right? Just get them to gear 12. The only one I'd really relic would be Grandmaster Yoda, if anything. And I'm just throwing that out there. But let's focus on the Padme team gear next. Stars are good. We just need Shaak Ti. But start thinking about gas and getting the Padme team going. I think that's a good call. But we need to look at your Ewoks because we need C3PO. All right, so we need Paplo, Tebow, and Wicket. They're all 6 stars. I don't know how close you are to 7 stars. You probably need to get them to like gear 10. The only Zeta you'll need will be Chirpa, and then we don't have Chirpa. Oh, we need to be working on Chirpa. Where is Chirpa? Is he a Cantina?
It's in there. He is, Cantina.
Yeah.
Cantina farm.
He's a Cantina farm, so let's work on Chirpa. Let's get the Ewok squared away so we can get 3PO because you're going to need him for the gas event. So star-wise, at least get the Ewoks starred. Don't worry about Tebow, but Wicket, Chirpa, Paplu, you get your Elder and your Logray squared away. I really like the fact that, Foolish Force, that you are not adding unnecessary GP unless you need it. It's a really good move, friend. I mean, that is outstanding job. Like, you're keeping your GP lean, you're keeping your GP low, you're only working on the teams that when it increases GP, it's solid GP to where it's not going to affect you and your matches and your things of that nature. So that's a really smart move. So, but yeah, let's get the Ewoks finished farming, let's get Chirpa into this mix, and let's get them 7-starred. And you got to get them to like gear 10. Finn, did you beat yours with 9 and 10? I can't remember.
The 3PO, yeah.
Yeah, so you
they were like 9 and 10. Primarily, you want to focus on Ewok Elder. As long as he is alive, then you're fine. And that means you want your Paplu also being the next strongest. Yes. So those are the 2 in particular you want. And the team that you want, ideally, is Chirpa, Wicket, Paplu, Logray, and
Ewok. All right. So we'll work on that for 3PO as well. So get those as part of your farm and then gear. So Jedi Knight Revan, You could even go gear the Ewoks real quick for like 9, then go to Padme, or you can go Padme and just work on the Ewoks as you get the stars. It's however you want to do it. The other team that we need to look at, because again, we're thinking long term, we're thinking about gas. Now, your Separatists look pretty solid here. Your Geos are really good. Got the Relic on Geonosis and Brood Alpha. Saw's Ventress 12 has a Zeta, and these are other Zeta, but that's okay. Jordica 7 stars, that's fantastic. Again, B1 I figured. That's a ship hard node. So, Shock T, B1, and I bet you if I go to ships, what's your ETA at? 2 stars. So let's start working on farming him. So let's get the stars going on and farm on ETA, because you're going to need all 3 of those for that event. You're almost done with Magna Guard with the farm. That's fantastic. Jordica's good. We don't have B2. Okay. All right, Finn, chicken popper stuffer of the face. Would you do Chirpa first, or would you do B2 first? Finn?
I know, I'm thinking.
It's a tough choice, isn't it?
Well, okay. How close is he to gas?
It's not close at all.
He is a long ways away.
Gear-wise and stuff. But he's got several months, so, I mean, it's not like he doesn't have time to be ready for it.
His droids look farther away. This is interesting.
I mean, he could do both. He's getting 1,000 crystals basically every day. So, I mean, farm-wise, he'll be fine. He can do B1, Shock T, ETA for his ship nodes. The question is, do we do Chirpa first with the farm? Now, I don't know if he's been farming him and just hasn't unlocked him. Same thing with B2. We don't know that.
I would say focus on the Ewoks.
I'd say, yeah, thinking about the Ewoks, because you
also get the Zeta mats from Wicket.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Let's get Chirpa done, then we'll go back and work on B2, because you can farm him fast, right? You can use your crystals and do 300 a day and get him done. Same thing with Chirpa. So you know what? I like that plan. So we'll go Chirpa with Cantina, and then we'll go B2. I think that's a smart play. That way we can get 3PO in there, and then we'll get B2 as the last part, because you still got some work to do on B1 and IG Magna Guard. So that's kind of your plan where I would focus in on, because this is such a focused account. So gear Jedi Knight Revan, then we'll start working on gearing for Ewoks, farming Chirpa, getting your Galactic Republic team going. Make sure your 3 ship hard nodes are done every day. You've got the crystals to do refresh and get the energy, and do Shock T, ETA, and B1. You're going to need those. And then it's just farming those 3 teams. It's basically getting those characters and stuff ready. Jedi Knight Revan will help you tremendously in GAC. Padme will help you tremendously in GAC. Getting the droids along with the Grievous squared away will help you in GAC. Not so much the Ewoks. They can use them on offense, but we're more worried about getting 3PO into the mix than anything. So I think if you go that route for your farming, who you need to work on gear-wise, character-wise, you asked about gas and legendaries. I think this is the route to go. We'll worry about the other teams later. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some bounty hunters, and I love me some of those other teams. But for you, getting gas and having these teams unlocked, one will help you in your GAC, because you're getting more teams ready, right? Really high-level teams. And 2, you can always go back and work on bounty hunters and Imperial Troopers or JTR and stuff like that. I mean, having these teams at the top will make your life a lot easier than, having some of those other teams. So let's get that squared away. A little bit of an investment here in time and stuff, but, with the crystals you got coming in, buddy, you could easily do this. Easily. I didn't say Ewoks were not good in GAC. I said they're good on offense. Do not leave them on defense. Foolish first. Should I finish off my Sith Triumphant first? Let's look at them. Atreus. Well, Scion, you need to continue farming. You have the Zetas on the team. I'm fine with you putting the gear on the Sith Triumphant. That's fine too. I mean, we've got time here. So if you want to include Sith Triumphant, I would say Jedi Knight Revan, Sith Triumphant. You're still farming some of the pieces for GR, Ewoks, and Separatists anyway. So if you want to go Jedi Knight Revan, get the Sith Triumphant gear, just go gear 12. Foolish Force. and then you can go back and start working on the gear for Padme, Separatists, and Ewoks. So you can get 3PO, get your Padme team squared away, get the characters ready for gas, and then Separatists. Yeah, you can throw the Triumphant in there. They're already like gear 9, so we just get them to gear 12. That's totally cool. But then we got to make sure we got those Ewoks squared away. We got to get Chirpa farmed. And you still have to finish the other ones to 7-star as well. So I don't know how far along those characters are, but those have got to be in your plan to at least get them 7-starred. Get the characters to at least 7, 8 when you get them to 7 stars, and then you could go, just get them to like gear 9. If anything, have the Zeta on Chirpa. Gear 9. If the event pops up on you. Once you have them 7-starred, then you're at least you can have a chance of trying to get 7-star 3PO. If you need to make an investment in gear and stuff afterwards, that's fine. But let's do that. But yeah, those don't work on anything else. Then we'll throw Sith Triumvirate as part of the plan, but nothing else. So if we get that Sith Triumvirate, Jedi Revan, Padme, the Separatists, Ewoks, I mean, for 3PO to add it to the mix, I think that's more than enough for you to focus on for the next couple of months to get squared away. So there you go. I'm totally fine with that. All right. Ships, you're doing fine. We already talked about the ETA and what you need to farm for that, because that is going to be part of the event. Remember, also, for ships, you need to keep working on your Galactic Republic. Let's see how you're doing. Yeah, so with your Galactic War, remember, get Jedi Counselor, get Umbaran, get Clone Sergeant, get these ships, because you need like at least 4 or 5 ships that need, and you have to have ETA for gas. The other ships have to be 40,000 GP. So you're going to work on Ahsoka anyway, so keep working on her ship. Baron's actually a really good ship. So just get those ships at least 7 stars, and that way you can get them to 40,000, just so you can go do the events and stuff. So nothing wrong there. Continue, you'll get your Millennium Falcon stuff, but continue thinking about that. So use those GW crystals to get those ships every day. All right, mods. Finn, how are we looking on mods, buddy?
So some of his mods at the top are a little scattered, right? But it's not really a big deal because he's getting rank 1 in Arena. So because you're getting rank 1 in Arena, not going to worry about where you're placing your mods, because you have what you need in order to get rank 1 in Arena, which is the point of the mods in the first place. However, you are very low on speed secondaries.
Yeah.
You only have one. You have a few here, but you are highly lacking in speed secondary. So the only thing about your mods, start farming more speed sets. And I know it's kind of the same advice you're probably getting all the time, but really that's the main deficiency with where your roster is. Your mods are otherwise pretty good. You have some that you might be able to slice up, but I think you sliced up most of your tier 1 mods, so I'm not really concerned about any of that. Just more speed sets. Try to get more speed sets. Try to get more speed sets, speed secondaries over 20 speed. That is your next goal with mods. Otherwise, your mods are fine.
Yeah, pretty solid speed secondaries for the mods you do have. You can see why you're doing great in both arenas. So it looks pretty solid. Just come join me in the trenches, buddy. It's all right, Foolish Force. Just get in the mud. Get in there. Just get dirty. Just get your ass kicked. Well, we're used to getting our ass kicked in this game, so it doesn't really matter. All right. Anything else you noticed about his? I think we got a solid plan for him, what he needs to work on, stuff like that. Is there anything else you guys are noticing from this account that you want to mention? Graham, Finn, I'll open it up to you.
I think we covered it pretty much.
Did good job. Worked hard. Did it, guys. Did a good job. Anything for you, Dr. Finn?
No, he's kept his roster really lean, which is nice.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So I think you're working everything in the right direction. Just keep on pushing here. You have a really solid roster for 1.7 million.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's not
and the fact that you're getting like rank 1 and 2 in Fleet, and you're getting rank 1 in Arena, that's a lot of extra crystals for you to keep up your lead in your Arena shards. So very nicely done.
Yes, I like it. All right, Dr. Finn, if someone like Foolish Force is out there watching this right now and they would like a roster review for the RSG Lunch Hour, what do they have to do?
Bribe me with food.
Well, besides bribing Finn with food, what else do we need to do?
Head to the RSG Discord, message me Finity saying that you want a roster review. Please include the link to your GG page. If you are a green patron or higher, please make sure to include that as well, because that gets you onto the accelerated list. I will respond to you saying you are in the queue. If you don't get that response from me within 24 hours, just ping me again in 24 hours. I might have missed your message. But once you get that message, then you are in the queue. The wait is about 1 to 2 weeks. Actually, it's closer to 1 week right now.
And for then a one-time donation of some Chick-fil-A.
No, Krispy Kreme donuts.
No.
Come on, Finn. You're not going to turn down Krispy Kreme donuts. I took you to Krispy Kreme, and you were like a... Oh, my God.
I'm not going to turn down Krispy Kreme. My only thing is that the Krispy Kreme is so far away that by the time it gets here, it's just like one of the grocery ones.
What if they were able to deliver?
It'll be very crispy.
Yeah. Now, if they were able to get Krispy Kreme donuts and put them in like one of those like Domino pizza trucks that has like the oven inside of it, and then they were that might change a lot of scenarios. I'm just saying.
I'm just
now that has me thinking about getting a Domino's pizza car with an oven.
I'm just saying, Finn. I'm just throwing that out there, trying to help you out, buddy. Science, Finn.
That might be something to look at. Okay, but anyways, make sure that you message me, and then once your roster review starts getting close, I'll message you back saying that your roster review is coming up. We'll schedule you on a particular lunch stream, and then get the list of everything you want us to review, and then we'll do it on the lunch stream.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, and then if you would like to get bumped up to the front of the line, you can join our Patreons. Our Patreons, we love them to death. We do all kinds of fun stuff with our Patreons. I'm trying to pull the page up right now, but apparently I'm an idiot. I can't remember where I bookmarked.
Really fun thing, by the way. Just so you guys know, we are getting ready to. The hat should be ready by this weekend. For that, we'll unveil the 2020 RSG fundraising hat. The red one that you see us all wearing is from the 2019 campaign, the one that we just finished. We are now getting the hat together for the 2020, so that's going to be up on our Zazzle page for you guys to get. Hopefully on Saturday we'll be able to unveil it. Additionally, we always put together a shirt. The shirt will not be developed until February. The reason for that is everyone that donates to the campaign up to February is going to get their name on the shirt.
What campaign are you referring to, Finn, as I pull it up on the internet?
Our charity campaign for the American Cancer Society, which we're going to be doing this weekend with a 12-hour stream on YouTube on Saturday, and then a 12-hour live stream on Twitch on Sunday. So hopefully you guys can join us there as we hopefully reach our goal here. But the shirts and everything are going to have the names of everyone that donated, and the other part, though, is all gold VIPs as of February are going to have their own kind of special section. All the gold VIPs are going to have their own section. And there might be a couple of people that we separate out specially. Just saying. I'm just going to leave it at that. There might be a couple of people that we separate
just
specially.
throwing it out there. It's our world, Finn. We can do whatever we want. Well, we are currently at 7,500 out of 17.
Oh, we got another donation?
Yeah, so
we were under 7,000. Did you call it out? Sorry, I missed the beginning.
It was Mozzie Kanati. Of the lovely Maz Kanata. I don't even know when she did that. It didn't pop up or anything. It didn't show on.
Maz donated $50 to a challenge.
She donated $50 to who?
To a challenge.
Wait, which challenge?
Let me see. It was to.
Oh, we did have
the Cyber Shark Zeta.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's showcase those really quick.
We do have DPK's challenge up here.
Yeah, so I added DPK's.
Okay, he was asking about that in chat, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I got DPK's. I need to add daggers, though, so I'm going to talk about this really quick here. So
yeah, go ahead.
We have 3 challenges open right now. There's going to be a 4th one open shortly. The one that Maz donated to, Cyber Shark, who you guys may have seen in the Discord, is a hoarder.
Known as Saber Shark. Oh, my God.
Exactly. He is a hoarder. He has hoarded so much, he currently has 40 full Zetas, if not more at this point, on his roster, waiting to be applied. Like, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't applied 40 plus full Zetas on his account. So, that challenge, to everyone that donates to that challenge, is going to be eligible to be the one to decide where Cybershark spends his 40 Zetas. So you can be nice to him and have him put him on characters like CLS, Jedi Knight Revan, Traya, all those characters.
You could pick,
or
you could pick the pilot, Finn.
Or you could have him max Zeta-ing Ewoks and mass Zeta-ing Phoenix and whatever you guys want.
You can do whatever you want.
So he has put his accounts Zetas up for charity.
That's going to be amazing.
So filling up that challenge will be for that. So if you guys
have to
donate to that challenge.
If that gets filled, I'm going to get his account information and we're going to have a ball, or I'm going to have him log in some way, and we're going to do that live. What are the other ones? DPK will gear 13 5 Phoenix characters.
Yes.
And use the Phoenix team for the light side 7-star battle in every phase if they hit GP
for light side GOTB.
Yeah, so we have that from DPK.
So in one of the light side GOTBs, he will use that Phoenix team that he is going to get to gear 13.
God bless you, sir. You're
in every phase that he can.
Destroyed. Yeah.
Similarly, Dagger is going to be doing the same thing, but for Ewoks.
Oh,
so
God.
He's going to gear 13 5 Ewoks and then use them on light side geo battles as much as he can. So once every phase.
No. And
so there you go.
Then we also have the drawing for the Urza Magic the Gathering art card.
So that's the other one that's open. We have the other cards on our rewards page where you guys can donate or you can buy it. There's limited time rewards if you go to the rewards page of Magic art cards, and you guys can purchase those. And effectively, what'll happen when we meet up in April, we will all sign said card, or whoever you want. You can pick one of the RSG crew. You can pick all of the RSG crew. You can pick any combination.
You can do whatever you
can have us. You can pick like what you want us to say, right? You put that in the reward. You buy the reward. We will sign the card. We will mail it to you. However, there is one special card that is in the challenge. There is a Magic character named Urza. Urzatron is very familiar with him because that's kind of where his name comes from.
Yeah.
There is an art card for Urza. Whoever donates to this challenge is going to be eligible to win said card. So you donate here, you complete that challenge. When that challenge is completed, everyone that donated to that challenge is going to be eligible. And then Urz will sign that card and if you want him to write something, as long as it's reasonable based on RSG standards, which isn't very high.
No, we don't have any.
Urz will write it and sign it and mail it to you. There you go.
He'll write the penis mightier on there if you want him to. So just don't.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I don't mind that. So you guys can pick what Urz will sign and write to you guys. So there you go.
All right. Now says Finn, hit me up on Discord so I can do something for you guys. Happy to give up time on the day in question and read some EU Star Wars books for a story time with Nav. Hey, we can do that. Let's get with Finn.
What the hell, Yuta?
What?
Seriously? Yuta asked, where is the challenge to get one pair of Finn's boxers?
That's nasty.
Why do you want that?
That is not right.
We were talking about Biffy Bathwater.
Now, something else I want to say is I need your guys' help because we have our Amazon wish list, right? I put a Kermit the Frog in there because I'm going to be teaching kids hopefully soon. So I put that on there. But you can see we got like our wish list. And you can see I put a bunch of the new Black Series figures on there. So anything you want to get for Christmas is fine. I need help, guys. If you guys can like find Baby Yoda shit to put on Finn's list, please do. Because I check all the time. But if you guys see something on Amazon or something, let me know, and I'll link it to me, and I'll put that bitch on Finn's list. Let's get Baby Yoda all over.
Oh, don't worry. I'm keeping mine updated.
Listen, Finn, I'm going to ask the skewers for help on this. Shut your pie hole. So if you guys come across
I'm waiting for that Baby Yoda Funko.
Yeah, whenever you guys, like, help me that. But you can. There's one for all of us for the Christmas season. We've always had our Amazon wish list up, but you want to get
we need to get Loki's up.
I'm tired of asking. I'm really tired of asking. Telling you, you do it.
We're not putting my boxers up. What the hell, Yuta?
Oh God.
I don't know why you want a pair.
Well, maybe Maz wants something.
Kind of weird.
I don't know.
No.
I mean,
Maz didn't want that. That's just.
I don't know. Brian Bowe just says I just signed up as gold. Oh, it just popped up.
He did.
So there we go. So there it is, popped up there. Thank you, Brian Bode. That will go.
Thank you very much. If you don't know Brian Bode, by the way, he is the one that got us the footage for the BTL.
Yeah.
Y-wing video.
That's awesome.
So big shout out to him.
And big shout out to you, Maz, for that $50 donation. Maz is too humble for him. Listen, Maz, I'm going to say how awesome you are, and you're going to goddamn like it, and that's just the way it's going to be. You gave $50, and it didn't show up, and I'm going to make sure you get the credit because you're amazing, you're my favorite, so quit being humble. And that shit don't work on me. Stop it. You're my favorite. You're going to get the credit you deserve because you're an incredible lady. Just deal with it. You're awesome. Just accept the awesomeness that is you, Ma, so just stop being humble. It does that crap does not work on me.
It is inevitable.
I mean, Maz is incredible, and I don't... She doesn't see it, then tough. I'm going to keep reminding her. Maz, this is my favorite. All right. Maz, I don't care if you did it a week ago. You're going to get credit, young lady, and you're going to like it. You're going to argue with me, Maz, about this? I'll just keep saying how amazing you are. So if you wanted me to keep saying how amazing you are, Maz, I'll just keep doing it, Maz. You will lose this battle. I will let the world know how incredible Maz Kanata is, because she's amazing. All right. Okay, so we got that. We got all that stuff knocked out. We're back on the panel. Let me switch here back to the game. Finn, you got the questions up, buddy?
No,
Oh,
I got
you
distracted.
Suck. God.
I guess you mentioned that there's a Baby Yoda plush.
Yeah, I'll just do
pre-order.
it. Yeah, I'll do it.
So
Finn.
I started looking for it.
Yeah, don't worry, Finn.
It
I'll just do
turns out
everything.
that. Well, so it turns out that
no, it's
Walmart.
fine. It's fine. I got it, Finn. I
Well,
mean,
so here, so Walmart.
Your addictions have nothing to do with the show. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me do this too. Hold on.
Wait, did you do? Is this the
cinnamon Coke?
This is
Yeah.
the cinnamon
Let me
Coke.
see how
Okay,
this tastes.
Okay, see, here we go.
Because I love my regular Coke.
Sure.
Let's see how cinnamon.
See how this tastes. See how it works. Wait for that Pepsi challenge from.
I mean, really, it just tastes like you put one of those like cinnamon candies while you're drinking Coke. It still has like a heavy Coke flavor with a very subtle hint of cinnamon. It's kind of nice. It feels like the holidays, actually.
It feels like Christmas.
It does. It feels a little bit like the holidays. Don't worry, Ouchie. So I couldn't do my GAC earlier today because I was seeing patients, but I'm going to be doing my GAC on Twitch probably after Ranger is done because I have a 2:00 meeting, so around 3:00. I think that leaves me so I can still do everything. So, yeah. So I will be doing my GAC probably after Ranger does his in a little while here.
And I'll join Finn and we'll have fun.
I'm going to lose this one, I think, because my opponent has the GAC and he one-shot cleared me, so we'll just have fun.
We'll have fun. Yes, Maz is
okay.
Like, stop, no prize. Maz, I didn't say your prize. You're just my favorite.
Don't make me serenade you, Maz. I'm just going to say that.
We'll start singing, Maz. Don't you get us started.
Okay, I will be right back. I left my phone downstairs, so let me go grab that really quick. I'll be right back.
All right, so we got questions. Let me get some game footage going here. What's the events today? Let's go look real quick. Oh, it's contraband cargo. I do need Ray Charles. Let's do this one. I need the Ray Millennium Falcon. Grim, have I told you how amazing Maz Kanata is? Grim, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, I love Maz. I love her so much.
Maz is awesome.
I mean, I can't say enough great things about Maz Kanata. She's incredible. Even if she doesn't see it, I will remind her every day. All right, so we'll get this going. Let's get to some questions. Maz is going to kick me in the balls. I'm just throwing that out there. Revenator question.
And you're gonna like it.
It probably will. Like, oh, Maz. Oh, my. Revenator question. How much does Finn like Baby Yoda? It's pretty awful. Is it enough that he will follow the same diet plan as Baby Yoda frogs? No, I don't think Finn will ever go that in depth. I mean, he just wants the...
Well, I
do like frog legs.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're not going to eat a live frog, right?
I don't think I could swallow it.
So you don't swallow, Finn?
Not a whole frog.
Let's see. Matt Bailey question. Can we get a little shout out for Cubs fan Han? He needs our support right now. Yeah, we can get... I saw that he had lost his job and some stuff. So, Skewers, we support. We're all there for our community brothers and sisters. And, show some support for our boy Cubs fan Han. But he knows if he needs anything from us, we will be there in a heartbeat. He just has to let us know. And yeah, so, but let's show some love. If you guys want to show some love for some Cubs fan, Han, please do, because I've been there. I know that sucks ass when you lose your job like that. So it's not a pleasant experience. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Dara Sign 1972 question: does CG remember the game is supposed to be fun? How fun is it to get into a phase with Relic 4-7 characters and get crushed? It's not fun. No, I don't think that's fun. It's funny.
It's fun.
It's funny. We were laughing like little schoolgirls yesterday, getting our ass kicked. But yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. Oh God. Darkseid 1970 question: which is worse, the unwanted rectal exam CG just gave the player base with Lightside TV, or the silence from CG after its release? For me, I could care less. Honestly, Darkseid, I don't expect any communication, and just we've talked about Lightside TV. Just it is what it is. I'm not gonna.
Speaking of communication, make sure you check out tomorrow.
Oh, what's tomorrow, Finn?
There is a developer Q&A, so you know what that means. There's going to be a live Q&A on RSG.
God, it is that time again. I forgot.
Yeah,
so
I'm actually about to put in for the day off tomorrow.
Okay, there you go. So we'll be doing. God, we got a lot of streams tomorrow, Finn. Then we got the lunch stream. We'll be doing that. Then we'll have.
Don't forget Morning Marbles.
We got Morning Marbles. I heard Maz Kanata kick some ass in marbles this morning, Finn.
I missed it because I was.
What do you mean you missed it? How the hell are you running marbles and?
I wasn't. McVenom ran it today. It was TMTM. It was Fitz McVenom Tuesday Marbling.
God, I wish I'd known that. I would have been there for that. No Finn, Jesus. Stings question: now that we've seen the requirements for LSGTP, how should I prepare? Develop Rogue One or Phoenix for Hoth? I would go Rogue One. Being that I have a Rogue One team. Oh, the skewers. Matt Bailey question: new content is always too hard. Then we fuss, and we already redid that one. Okay. Matt Bailey, can we just have something that's a little too hard for a while? Yeah, we already talked about that. Good questions. Matt really wanted us to talk about that, man. He posted it twice, Finn.
No, he retracted it, but Nightbot doesn't get rid of the retraction.
Oh, it doesn't.
So.
Oh, okay. Let's say Matt Bailey is passionate.
If someone removes their message, Nightbot still saves
passionate about
it.
this, yo.
Yep.
I like it. Danilo Papay's question: if we had the same TV like now, but with a time zone of 12 hours per phase, would the rewards satisfy us? I don't know.
I don't think it has anything to do with the.
It's not time.
So, it's not the time aspect. The problem is they're introducing a game mode that really doesn't allow players to play. Like, literally. So, I've had this issue from the beginning. So, this is separate necessarily from TB, although it is part of this. I am sick of them trying to balance things by giving teams full turn meter at the start of battles. Right? I think that's a lazy way to do any kind of balancing. But that's the way they've done a lot of these things. When you go into a battle, and you lose 1 to 2 characters off an opening salvo, right? And you have like gear 12 characters. It's kind of upsetting, right? But you could at least have the mentality of, okay, well, maybe it's because he's gear 12. This is really for end game, and I need to get at least like Relic 5 or something. When people are going in with Relic 7 characters and still losing characters, then what's the point in me working on mine for the purposes of TB, right? The problem is they're not giving us a playable game mode. And not even, I don't mean playing meaning beating. I mean even the opportunity to really play and go through it. When I did my GAC or the TB yesterday, right? I think really we got in 2 solid attempts, right? I think my Padme in the special mission kind of went on for a little while, but really didn't do anything.
No, it died.
My Jedi Knight Revan managed to get in 1 wave. And
it was all...
CLS kind of went on for a little while, but it helped that Han shoots first.
That's it.
I think other than that,
he died
I don't
pretty
have
quickly too. Yeah, Han died.
He died.
Yay, it's fun. Yay.
Yeah. So I mean, they make it so that it's not something that you play and you feel like, okay, well, this is what I need to improve on in order to beat it. They don't give us that because even the people with Relic 7s are dying to it, and they're not getting 4 out of 4. Like, they're maybe getting 3 out of 4, and sometimes they're even getting 0 out of 4. So the question is, what are we playing for whenever they release a game mode? It's not the timing. It's not sometimes it's the rewards, but it's not really the rewards in this case, because the rewards are fine. And it's actually the reason why we'll probably still do light side GOTB over Hoth TB, because the rewards are considerably better for GOTB. But they don't make it so it's a playable game mode. I think that's the main thing here, that they need to make this game fun to play.
Yeah,
and they haven't really done that.
You work hard to get these characters to a certain level. You want to use them and stuff. And
let's not even get into the fact that you're going to end up putting gas in platoons.
I
right?
Can't stand
so we
platoons.
want to be able to play with our characters, and then they're making us put the characters we want to play in platoons.
It's a conundrum.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think they understand the full concept of wanting to play with our characters. Like that concept has not sunk in with CG. The way they view it is, how can we make this difficult, which is fine.
Sure.
But then they don't have players testing it in order to see whether or not the difficulty is reasonable or not.
All right.
So it's just a big issue.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, Matt Bailey, he is in platoons in phase 3, I believe.
Yeah,
he's in phase 3 platoons.
Yeah.
Which goes back to them, again, the reason I commented yesterday about the special missions and the combat missions and the fact that they don't understand their own definitions of combat and special is that they also don't understand their definition of heroes. Because heroes were designed in Hoth TB to never be put in platoons. Like, those were the characters we could say are going to be safe. And then characters that had special missions or a combat mission with a specific requirement, those were not going to be in platoons for that particular phase. Now, we have seen, unfortunately, that they have put those as a bug in those platoons, and they have since fixed it. But that wasn't their intent, right? Where sometimes in the Hot TB, Phoenix would end up in platoons, but they weren't supposed to be since we had a Phoenix mission. So we did have that issue a while ago, but it was never intended. But now, even though Gas is a hero, they are only paying attention to whether or not he was in a mission. So they have forgotten their own definition of what the heroes are supposed to be. So this is where CG is now, that they don't really understand their own game. They don't remember what they said to the players. And when players get upset about them lying and making things up, this is why. Because they're showing that they don't understand their game. And again, we joke around about it because it's hard to tell what he meant when he said it. But when Top Hat said that he's been playing the game from the beginning and he's restarted his account 7 times, I think that gave us the biggest indication of why CG has a disconnect with the veteran players of this game. They don't really have that many veteran players playing. Like, they don't understand the game to the level that players are, and we are free help. Literally, players are free labor in this game. There are players wanting to do beta testing. There are players wanting to give feedback, trying to make this game good, and they refuse to include them. So at this point, CG is basically in their little cocoon, not understanding their game, just simply understanding it from a development perspective. And even that, sometimes you can't even play the game because there's bugs. And then they don't make any improvements on it. That's the problem with what's happening with Lightside GOTB. It's not the rewards. It's not the difficulty. It's not the time frame. It's that they don't understand what constitutes a playable game and consider reskinning something as new content and then change the definitions on us on what the content was supposed to be. So, all right. There you go.
Dipple Kyle says, question, but isn't it nice to be done with TB in 5 minutes again? Well, that's true. I mean, the time thing. Mm-hmm. Buzzsaw says, question, if I'm looking at the rewards right, am I sad to say that payouts for light side are not scaled to the difficulty? Why wouldn't CG have the rewards scaled to the difficulty? That's a good point. I mean, it's kind of scaled the same as Dark Side TV.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be scaled to the difficulty. It's supposed to be scaled to your current level.
Well, yeah, but I mean, wouldn't you think that like Hoth was light side Hoth was more rewards than dark side?
It was a little bit more, but remember there were more stars, right? And there are more stars to this too. don't forget we have an extra ship zone because the dark side didn't have a ship zone.
I could see them. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. God, it's a good question. Just
I'm looking at it. So there can be a point made that light side GOTV is more difficult than dark side, so there should be more rewards. And I'm not necessarily opposed to that thought. The way I'm looking at it, though, is more a comparison now of the older state versus the new state.
Sure.
Which is, if I look at light side Hoth TV and light side GeoTV, I want to make sure that the rewards are equal for me going into the harder mode and getting those rewards versus doing Hoth.
Well, if I'm going to get my ass kicked like this, I'd like a little bit of a reward afterwards.
Yeah, and to me, the rewards are reasonable based on what we would get in Hoth TV versus what we would get in GeoTV. And I think part of that is Lightside Hoth TV is maxed out at 45 stars. Mm-hmm. And the 45 stars we get, for example, is not going to be the same 45 stars that you would get in MC3. Because your GP, no. What's your guild GP, like 260?
Getting there, yeah, 254.
Yeah, and we're at 222, right? So there's like a 40 million GP difference there. And even though we both can get 45 stars, it's not the same. And so you can get now more stars in GOTB. We will probably get 10. I'm assuming you guys are probably aiming for like 14 at this point.
What we're aiming for. This is craziness.
I would guess, and I haven't looked to do the calculations, I would guess you're going to be somewhere around the 14, 15 range.
Probably right around there.
But so you're going to get better rewards as a result. So I'm looking at it in comparison with like the other option in that time frame, which is Hoth. And to me, it's worth it. But I do understand the argument of comparing light side and dark side and saying dark side is easier, so light should be higher. I'm not necessarily going to argue against it. I'm okay with the rewards, but I wouldn't be opposed to them making it a little bit higher based on.
Okay. Darsign 1972 question. To what Warrior says, people want to feel good about their purchasing, etc. How good does it make the player base feel that all the resources they put into their relics is useless? Thoughts? Warrior's point was really damn good. Okay. I think we've covered this already. So, I mean, I already covered this with an answer previously. So, Darsign 1972 question. How much Revenex did Finity order today? Does it minus too difficult? Doesn't realize people want to play the game. I'm not saying 4 for 4, but at least 3 out of 4 on the first day would be nice. How much Revenex have you taken today, Finn? And by Revenex, I mean, none. How many Krispy Kremes have you had?
None.
No. Okay. Nightmare question. S mods increase is still RNG dependent and not guaranteed. Yeah, that's exactly right. They are not guaranteed. You gotta get in there, Nightmare, and you just gotta grind. It's quantity over quality. Because you ain't going to get a lot of quality. You may once in a while find a mod in the store and be like, oh, well, hello there. But, yeah. I'm always checking. I'm always looking for gold speed mods with speed secondaries 5. That's all I really buy now. Like this one right here, no. Tenacity, crit chance, nope, not even going to purchase that. It's a gold mod, but it's 3 speed. And like this one, 4 speed, nope. It's offense. Potency, nope, not interested. So I'm very picky. I will buy, but I'm looking for speed mods with speed secondaries. I mean, that's how I got the God mod that I did get. But how many mods? Like every 100 of those that I've purchased, 1 or 2 hit. A couple other ones hit like 14 to 18. So you're rolling the dice on that. So you just have to just keep grinding. So Darsign 1972 question. Is the light side debacle all due to Mace not getting his rework? Samuel L. Jackson has hacked the game. English,
everybody.
Do you speak it?
More difficult, mother.
Light side
This
GeoTV.
light side Geo can't be done by any person in this whole game.
Say light side GeoTV one more time. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Say it one more goddamn time. Grounded Varigay question. Is the Mandalorian going to be light side? We need his gun to take out some fools in TV. Well, God, we can only hope.
He's going to die in the first wave.
Oh, Lord. Along with Baby Yoda. Just the corpses laying there.
No, everyone save. If Baby Yoda goes into light side GeoTV and dies, I am murdering everyone.
Oh, God. The Baby Yoda tries to save the Mandalorian, but the last...
I will if Baby Yoda comes into the game, I am never putting him in battle in fear of him dying.
I will.
I do not want Baby Yoda
I'll have that
unless he comes
good
into like an
dead Baby Yoda.
invulnerable bubble.
You just hear that little scream. He gets shot.
I want him. So I want his ability to just give all the other characters on the team a boost, and all you see from him is him in a bubble drinking soup.
Yeah.
That needs to be like his entire character.
Yeah.
He just needs to be in a bubble.
Sure.
Or in his carriage. Let's put him in his carriage.
Okay.
Drinking soup.
Just drinking soup.
And just giving everybody a bonus buff that just can't be dispelled, and that's it. And he can't be targeted
Baby Yoda
or
buff.
anything.
Okay.
Baby Yoda can be the first. Exactly, Stings. Baby Yoda will be the first untargetable character. He won't have any abilities. He'll just be on the field. So it's like you're gonna be 4 versus 5, but he gives everybody a boost.
Oh god.
That's what it is. And it's a whole team to protect Baby Yoda.
God, what else? 93 question. I have Han and Chewie and R2 Relic 4 ready. Should I Gear 13 Relic up CLS or save the mats for the future? Other option for the Gear 13 piece. Scion, Sith Trooper, Jolie. I wouldn't Relic those guys. I'd save it, honestly. I mean, CLS is...
Yeah, I'd save
I'd
it.
save it. I mean, you got Han, Chewie, and R2. That's pretty nice. It's really nice. So I wouldn't go any further than that. Bier's Aegon question: are you going to need bounty hunters for the Baby Yoda event? You know, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they'll do that. Balrit Papi Chulo question: is there going to be a Jedi Academy? Yeah, we're going to be doing it on the 7th. It's going to be the first thing we do on the 7th, opening up our 12-hour stream. So you'll have Warrior and everybody there hanging out. Brian Bodie question: can I get a roster review for success on Lightside GOTB? You can. We'll tell you what to do. It's not going to make a difference.
What do you define as success?
Yeah, I got 2 of 4. I win.
The saying. How does one define success? When success is defined by how well you were raped.
Well, see, that's a secret only known by TI.
Yeah.
That you get
LITPH.
kicked out of if you know.
Success is
reveal
determined
it.
by how far the lightsaber went in during LITPH.
Yeah, that's not. Let me tell you, folks. As having a catheter once upon a time, I can only imagine the sensation and pain that a lightsaber would be.
Yeah, if you got pee, that's success.
That's it. Ooh. Oh my. Out your girl. Question, Finn. When are you test driving the Tesla? Oh, I didn't know about this. You tested?
I am not.
Oh. All right. Neff.
So I already said. So okay. So really quick on that. I don't like the design of the Model 3. The Model 3 is not what I would get. I would go with probably the S, although the X is pretty cool too.
Okay.
Because the Model 3 literally looks like the console as they stuck an iPad on it.
Okay.
It literally looks like they just took an iPad and just went right into the middle console, and that's it. The S and the X look really
You know what
sleek
I
on
want
the
when
inside.
I eventually,
but
when I've got all the hooks and the blowfin, is I'm going to get.
you want a chariot pulled by hookers?
No.
Oh.
Although that's not a bad suggestion. I'll maybe have that on the side. I want a Mustang, but in the center console, I want Kit from Knight Rider. You can make everything else modern, but I want that stupid little...
That would be pretty cool. And every time you open the door, all you hear
Yes.
is do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
See, I want the 1600 horsepower Veyron. That way,
Oh, no
I
one
can pull up,
cares what you want, Graham. Get
that way I can pull up next to somebody in a Tesla and just look over at them and let them know that I'm ruining the environment.
Jesus Christ, Grim. Oh, Grim.
Smugly look over them.
I would, if I saw that, I'd just pull down my window, look at you, Grim, and be like, do you have any Grey Poupon? And then drive away.
Though, to be honest, out of all the newer cars, man, the new hybrid Lamborghini looks... I mean, it's pornography on 4 wheels.
I'm a Mustang guy, so...
I went to the I didn't even realize like the cost, right? Grim probably knows. You might know, Ranger. I didn't realize the cost of it. I knew Lamborghinis were expensive.
Oh, they're ridiculous.
We went to the Lamborghini dealership just looking at stuff, just to see what they were. There's really no... So in West Palm, there's a street that has kind of like all of the major like mid to high end dealerships. So there is like the Audi, the Acura, the BMW, the Mercedes Move, the Infiniti, the Lexus, and then they also have Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, and then they have like an exotic new car dealer that deals with like Alfa Romeos and Lotuses. So we're going down that to look at specific cars, primarily Audi, BMW, and Infiniti, and Lamborghini is along the way. So I went there and stopped, and just like me and my dad were just looking. It's like, okay, let's just go look at what these are. And of course, all of the used cars are all like Porsches and Ferraris in the front, because that's what you trade in for the Lamborghini. Then we look at a Lamborghini. I did not realize how expensive they were.
Oh, they're very, very expensive.
So they
six figures minimum.
Oh yeah, but it's not even the 6 figures. That's the problem. 6 figures I expected. They had this really, really cool purple one. And I can't tell you anything about the model, engine, nothing about it. All I can tell you is that it was a really cool looking Lamborghini. It was purple. It looked completely decked out. It was friggin' $800,000, and it was like a 1-year-old Lamborghini. I'm like,
all right,
the
I'm
hell?
getting depressed. All right, let's move on back to the questions because we got a lot of questions.
It's like $763,000, but then it had a nice thing on it that said that there was warranty still on it. I was like,
okay.
I was like, what the hell is that?
All right, Nathaniel Ned said for you to hit him up, Finn. Nathaniel Morgan says, question, will CG Fedora Hat on the string be on the string to provide insider reaction to the Q&A? Oh, we just had somebody do a donation to the Tiltify. I didn't see what it was.
Let me see. Too cheap to pay.
Oh, well,
donated $1 and said, Grim, you are too you are too cheap to even do that as a troll move.
Oh.
Even if you had all the money all killed of Ma and TI players would make combined.
Hey, I mean, I have owned a Ferrari, so there
Grim
you go.
Can rebuild them, right? Yeah. You rebuilt some of these?
I've worked on them. I mean, like, my Ferrari only caught fire twice.
All right.
Which is a common problem with Italian wiring. So,
all right. Jacob Ward question: fighting in these territories, we are used to dying quick. Think there's any chance that things will get easier in later phases instead of harder? No, it's going to.
I mean, they did that mistake, if I remember correctly.
I just don't see it.
It's possible they messed it up. Did you remember the platoons?
I know you're not wrong, Finn. But
no, not the platoon, the squadron that we had to fill.
I'm just saying, don't.
I wouldn't count on it, but we'll see. We'll do the missions again. We'll do the missions when they open in the afternoon on the first day and everything like we did. But still,
Conrad, Io Glover question: what is Morning Marvel? It's not Marvels, it's Marbles. And what is the channel name? Sorry. For the I don't know how to get off the blue board language, stupid new computers. It's okay, Conrad.
Oh, so it's on our Twitch page. The link is in there.
Yeah, it's linked below.
It's twitch.tv/reality skewed gamer. Yeah. It's our Twitch channel. We're doing more stuff on there, and one of the things is a morning marble race at 9 a.m. Eastern time. We do a morning marble race. We do a Grand Prix of 5, and we're probably going to do some extra ones tomorrow. I'm going to actually. As soon as we're done here, and while Ranger's doing his GAC, I'm going to talk to my boss to see if I can take tomorrow off, make sure he's all cool with it, and then I'll probably do extra marbling in the morning and just have some fun. Then we have the dev Q&A, and then CG Fedora Hat will probably be on the Wednesday night stream.
Oh, yes.
There is a new CG-ish employee I'm working on for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, let me know about it because, I mean...
No, this is not going to be yours. You have yours, right?
I have all yours. of yours.
Yeah, I'm going to have a new cutout.
Okay. Let's get to the next couple of questions here. Buzzsaw VG question is: getting people to invest in your business model and then purposefully making the investment obsolete likely to get the same people to invest more? Yes.
He's talking about CG.
I know. I'm being ironical.
So it depends how quickly they release the level increase. I'm going to say that right now. If the level increase comes in the next week, then everyone's going to start investing again because they see the reason for the investment. If they don't get a level increase, then you're going to start detaching players from the community.
Pretty much.
Then that.
All right, Nathaniel Morgan question: since you need Relic 10 to be phase 1. What relic will you need to beat phase 4? Relic 15. I'm going to say relic 275 to beat that.
You think it's relic 10 that's only going to be needed for phase 1?
How dare you, sir?
How cute.
How dare you? Ouchie Girl says, question, is Baby Yoda drinking soup in episode 4 spoiler?
I never said it had anything to do with episode 4. Baby Yoda can drink soup. He can drink from a bottle. He can drink blue milk. I don't get. I was just using soup as an example.
He can play with metallic balls.
That's true, but that's not a spoiler now because that's episode 2 and 1. No, 2 and 3.
And that's an older movie too, called Push.
All right, real quick, let's get through the last couple because I have GSC to do and stuff. So, question: Who here thought that Lightside GOTB also was spelled LITPH? Well, I mean, yeah. Conrad, question: have you ever heard standing outside a broke down telephone booth with change in my hand? It is around. I'm trying to understand what he's trying to say here.
Wait, what?
Have you ever heard of standing outside a broke down telephone booth with change in your hand? It has a round of doo-doo-s in it. If you enjoy it, you haven't really to. I kind of get what you're kind of going here for, Conrad. So I think what you mean, have you ever stepped out and just begged for change? Anybody got change? Finn, you got change? Change? Finn, change?
Unless he's saying that he went into a phone booth and found doo-doo in the phone.
That's the other thing I was trying to interpret.
You mean you must live in San Francisco?
Oh, well, all right, Graham. Yeah,
I mean, he's not
like you
It's
lived
the
in
truth.
San Francisco.
No, I'm not that stupid. And I don't
that's
I
ignorant.
I don't want Ebola.
You don't want Ebola. The one city in the U.S. where I would think Ebola would be found, you think it's San Francisco.
Actually, he's not terribly wrong.
That's just ridiculous.
Dude, a dude
the homeless population
contracted
and the
a
rats.
flesh-eating virus just walking down the street in San Francisco. So
It's a really nice city, but there's portions of it.
It used to
that
be.
Well, it's like that for every city. I could take you to Houston and don't go there. You will definitely get Ebola. Okay, and some other communicable diseases.
No, San Francisco you can look up the rates, Ranger. You know.
But anyways, yeah. Next question.
San Francisco, unfortunately, has the highest rate of homeless population. There, it's a whole mess over there.
I blame Finn. Last question from Matt Belly. Question: what's the word on the malevolence? I'm amazed I haven't seen any videos on it yet. I've had a lot of people saying stick with Negotiator. I'm sticking with Negotiator just because I need it for Lightside GeoTV, but it's a pretty 50-50 split on winning and loss. Malevolence versus Negotiator. Now, this is not 7-star versus 7-star. This has been 5v5. On offense, they're saying Malevolence does well, but you know the team that's really kicking the Malevolence ass? The MILF team.
Yeah, if you have reliced out pilots and stuff, the MILF team still kicks ass.
It's ass. It's horrible. So, but the Malevolence is really good, but I'm sticking with the Negotiator. I'm not the fire starter. I'm just the Negotiator. All right. With that, we're going to call this one done. So we're going to flip over for some GAC. I think, Grim, you got to go to work, right? And then Finn's got a business meeting at 2.
Yes, sir.
All right. So it'll just be me, myself, and I. I'll probably jump into the Discord voice channel. So if you guys want to come hang out there, if you give your suggestions. So we'll do GAC here in about 15 minutes. And we'll get that started and knock that out so you guys can talk about the teams, things of that nature. We have fun with it. So I'm going for Cabber, guys. We've got to do it. We've got to get Cabber. It's all about the Cabber League. So with that, thank you guys. Make sure you give us the thumbs up, subscribe. It does help out the channel tremendously. Leave comments. We always like seeing your comments as long as they're constructive. And with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself, Dr. Finn, Babyface, Troll Extraordinaire, Medicine Woman, and Grim, the I Light Ferraris on Fire mechanic. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We'll catch you in 15 minutes, and we'll have more stuff coming down the pipe, so stay tuned for more. See you in a few.